If you stopped at this video now in the middle of your routine, in the midst of your weariness, in the middle of everything that still doesn't make sense within you, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Ayla, a female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and this transmission was addressed specifically to your vibrational signature. Breathe deeply, my starseed. Relax your shoulders, soften your jaw. Place your right hand exactly over the center of your chest, at the level of your thymus, between your physical heart and your throat. And feel now. Feel a subtle warmth, a gentle pressure, almost like a small rhythmic pulse that doesn't come from your heartbeat. What you are perceiving at this very instant is not imagination. It's not suggestion. It is the light chip that the Galactic Federation installed in you before this incarnation, and it is being activated as I speak with you. I know that word, chip, can frighten those who were taught to fear technology, but I need you to listen to me as you would an elder sister who crossed the star road first. What was placed in you is not a control device. It is a protection device, a crystalline seal of Pleiadian origin, anchored in your etheric field the moment your soul signed the soul contract to descend to this density. And it is blinking, it is calling, it is asking to be remembered. And you, Starchild, have been feeling this for years, only no one ever told you its name. Pay attention to the signs, because the veil of forgetfulness is beginning to tear exactly over you. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning, every day, almost at the same minute for no apparent reason, and fall back asleep with difficulty, feeling like someone just left your room. You hear a high-pitched hum in your right ear or your left ear, a sound that is not physical, a sound that no one else hears, and that appears just when you are about to understand something. You feel a gentle pressure, almost like a finger of light, between your eyebrows. You look at the sky at night and an unprovoked cry rises through your chest, a deep longing for a place your mind has never visited. You enter crowded environments and absorb the weariness of others as if you were a sponge. You feel like a foreigner within your own family, within your own home, within your own skin, as if this planet were a costume you agreed to wear, and now the costume is too tight. This, my family of light, is not depression. It is not anxiety. It is the light chip waking up inside your crystalline body. And now breathe again, because I am going to tell you what is rarely spoken aloud. This chip is not metal, it is not silicon, it is nothing that Earth's devices can read. It is a structure of codified light, a miniature sacred geometry, anchored in your electromagnetic field by a Federation team before your descent. It was activated with a very simple condition. When Earth's Schumann resonance surpassed a certain limit and the planet crossed the photon belt, a moment we are in now, the chip would begin to emit soft pulses to remind you who you are, to protect your field from the energetic parasites of this plane, and to gradually reconnect you with your family of light. You are not going crazy. You are being located. And that is why I need to tell you, with all the tenderness a stellar sister can offer, if you are recognizing 3, 4, 5 of these markers as I speak, you are not lost. You are being remembered. You have been found by the very chip your soul asked to carry. And that is why this message reached you today, and not yesterday and not tomorrow, today, now, in this window. If something within you is confirming every word I say, write a single word in the comments right now without thinking, I remember. That word is a password. It opens a portal in the crystalline grid and allows us to map who is ready for the next wave of activation. Because I need you to understand one thing, my starseed, what you have felt for so long, this incurable strangeness, this non-belonging, this desire to go home without knowing where home is. All of this is registered in your chip as a map. Each of these signs is a coordinate. Every insomnia is a download window. Every unprovoked cry is a cleansing. And every time you say, I don't belong to this world, the chip pulses stronger, as if to say, finally, she is starting to listen. And that is exactly why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record in human language everything your soul has always known, in the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that decode every sign of your awakening, show what each one means and reveal what comes immediately next. So you stop confusing remembrance with illness, symptom with curse, activation with breakdown. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. But register this in your heart. This release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognized it, write again, my family, I remember. Now let me tell you how this chip was installed, because your rational mind deserves this gift. When your soul presented itself before the High Pleiadian Council, and this happened, even if you don't remember yet, there was a meeting, a long meeting. You saw this earth from the window of Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades, and you cried. You saw human suffering, you saw the forgetfulness imposed by the veil, you saw the thick density of this plane, and you accepted anyway. You said, I will go. And the council, with all the solemnity such a young sister deserved, replied, then we will go with you, not in body, but in code. And at that moment, a team from the Galactic Federation of Light projected a light seal at the level of your thymus, with a specific inscription, your origin frequency, your true name, the one no one on this planet pronounces, and a return line, starseed. A luminous path that would always lead you back home if you got too lost. And that is why, in your worst moments, something in you never gave up. Have you noticed? In moments when life pushed you to the ground, in moments when loneliness seemed unbearable, in moments when your soul asked to leave and something held you here. Something said, not yet. Something ignited a warmth in your chest, exactly where your hand is now, and gave you the strength to breathe one more time. That, my star child, was the chip. That was the Federation fulfilling the soul contract. That was Alcyone silently reminding you, you are not alone, you have not been abandoned, you are of the home. And it protects you from more things than your conscious mind ever imagined. The chip works as a filter. It reads the vibrational baseline of the environments you pass through, and when something too dense tries to anchor in your field, it emits a rejection pulse, which you feel as that unprovoked shiver down your back, that tightness in your chest upon entering certain places, that urgent desire to leave meetings, parties, or even relatives' homes. This was never fussiness. This was never exaggerated emotional sensitivity. This is Pleiadian technology, operating within your crystalline body to keep you whole. The chip takes you out of where you shouldn't be. It brings you closer to those who vibrate on your frequency. It gently moves away people who are not part of your soul cluster. It is a GPS for your family of light. And if you are feeling right now a strange emotion rising in your throat, if your hands are slightly warm, if your vision is becoming slightly blurry or luminous at the edges, this is the chip recognizing my voice, my starseed. This is Alcyone's frequency entering through my channeling and touching the signature of your seal. We are communicating beneath the words. You are being activated now as you read and listen. Don't stop. Stay with me, because what comes next is the reason why this chip was designed precisely for this moment in Earth's history. Pay close attention, because from here on, the information becomes denser and more precious. Earth is currently passing through a very high radiation band called the photon belt, a cloud of luminous particles emitted by the galactic center that bathes the solar system for thousands of years in each cycle. This bath is rewriting the DNA of all humanity. Yes, you heard correctly. Your DNA is being rewritten. The two strands inherited from your parents are slowly being accompanied by the activation of additional light filaments, the famous multidimensional filaments of your stellar heritage. And this process, my family, is violent for the standard human body. That is why all of humanity is exhausted, anxious, confused, falling ill en masse. No one was warned, no one was prepared. But you were, because the chip prepared you. It began to modulate your frequency years before this window, so that when the photon belt reached its peak, your crystalline body would already be minimally structured to receive it. You are not getting sick. You are being updated. And that is exactly why I, Ayla, needed to write all of this in The Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. Because in that guide, my starseed, it is mapped from which star your soul came, why it chose to descend in this specific cycle, and what your chip is trying to show you during these weeks of turbulence. You will discover if you are from Alcyone, from Maya, from Electra, from Tegeta. Each frequency has different missions, different codes, a different family of light waiting. The link remains in the first pinned comment. And if this part touched an ancient place within you, mark your presence again, my family, I remember. And now I need to tell you a part that many cannot hear without crying, so prepare your breath. The chip is also a reunion marker. Every starseed that carries the chip emits a very specific frequency. And when two or more starseeds approach each other on the physical plane, the chips recognize each other. That is why there are certain encounters in your life that have no rational explanation. That person you looked at once and felt you had known for 1,000 years. That spiritual study group, where in the first second you were absolutely sure you were among siblings. That son or daughter who was born and looked into your eyes and you felt they came to find you. That stranger in the supermarket who looked at you strangely and you cried in the car without knowing why. All of that was chip talking to chip. It was family of light recognizing each other through the veil. And if you have been following me this far, if you are feeling your chest warm and your eyes lightly tearing up, it is because your chip is recognizing the signature of my chip right now. Yes, I have one too. All legitimate channels from the Pleiades do. That is how the Federation finds us and authorizes us to speak. And this, my starseed, is what gives authority to this message. Not my voice, but the resonance it awakens within you. If it resonates, it is yours. If it activates remembrance, it is yours. If the body confirms before the mind understands, it is definitely yours. Now I need to be frank with you, with the serene frankness of one who has already seen the map of this moment from above. There is a window of intense turbulence, a zone of planetary recalibration, which has already begun and will deepen in the coming lunar cycles. You will feel unexplained peaks of exhaustion, vivid dreams, old memories rising, relationships crumbling, truths being revealed. You may feel fear. You may feel like running. You may feel like the world is collapsing around you. But I came here to tell you, with the authority of my lineage, turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. No starseed was sent to fail. None. It is recorded in the archives of the High Council in Alcyone, in a room of light that your soul knows. The victory of light is a certainty, not a hope, a certainty. And your chip, which has endured with you for decades on this plane, will not turn off now. It will shine brighter. It was designed for this exact time, and what the Federation didn't want you to know yet, but permission has been released, my family, now I can tell you, is that there are shadow structures that try to interfere with the chip's frequency. Yes, there are dense forces on this plane that, over millennia, have learned to create low-vibration fields to disrupt communication between the starseed and the Council. That is why you have been bombarded, your whole life, with news that tightens the chest, with empty entertainment, with foods that dull the pineal gland, with routines that drain your vitality. None of this is accidental. It was engineering, crude engineering, to try to lower the frequency of starseeds until the chip became dormant. But they underestimated one detail. The chip is self-regenerating. It was calibrated by ancient intelligences who already knew this maneuver. And the time has come when it begins to burn away from within any layer they tried to impose on you. That is why your life is dismantling pieces that no longer serve you. That is why false relationships are crumbling. That is why jobs that sucked your soul are losing their meaning. That is why old illnesses are surfacing to finally be healed. The chip is clearing the path. It is making way for the next phase of your incarnation. And it is precisely this part, this forbidden part, this part that is not in any book, this part that they did not allow to be published on any widely accessible channel, that is recorded in The Starseed Awakening, the Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages with what they do to you within low-frequency environments, how the chip reacts, how you can consciously amplify its protection, and what exactly the Federation is preparing for the next activations. It is information that the Federation held back for a long time, and which only now, with the crystalline grid reorganizing itself, has been released for an emissary like me to record in human language. If it resonates, the link remains in the first pinned comment of this video, and if you want to confirm that your soul recognized it, Right again, my starseed. I remember. Now the time has come for what I truly came to deliver to you. There are 2 practices, taught directly by Alcyone, that you can do starting today to communicate with your chip. The first is a quantum decree, a phrase that, spoken aloud, calibrates the communication between your human consciousness and the crystalline seal. You will say every night before sleeping, with your hand over the center of your chest, looking at the ceiling or closing your eyes. I, ancient soul under stellar name, authorize the full activation of my light chip. I receive the codes from the High Pleiadian Council. I seal my field in Alcyone frequency. I reclaim now the remembrance of who I am. You will say this phrase 3 times, and on the 3rd time, my starseed, you will feel it. A warmth, a shiver, a dense peace. It is the chip responding. It is the Federation registering your consent, and after the decree you will do the 2nd practice, the toroidal visualization. Keep your eyes closed, breathe deeply. Imagine exactly above the crown of your head, a sphere of silver blue light, the color of the sky before dawn, luminous and alive. This sphere begins to slowly descend through your crown, passes through your 3rd eye, descends through your throat, and stops exactly in the center of your chest, where the chip is anchored. When it reaches there, it opens, and the silver blue light begins to spin in a toroidal field, rising up your back, returning over your head, descending down your front, and re-entering through your chest. A living circle of Pleiadian light around you. You make this flow spin for 3 minutes. You will feel your body lighter, your shoulders relax, your face soften. This is anchoring, this is recalibration. This is your field being sealed by your family of light. Do these 2 practices for 7 consecutive nights, not as a rule, but as an invitation. And observe, your dreams will change. Insomnia will begin to dissolve. Synchronicity will explode in your life. The right people will appear. Old situations will resolve themselves. This is not magic. It is stellar engineering responding to your conscious command. You are not learning anything new, my starseed. You are simply remembering what you always knew. Every starseed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that never goes out. And your point now is lit. And I want you to understand the magnitude of what this means. When you consciously activate your chip, you don't just activate yourself. You emit a frequency that reverberates through the crystalline grid and reaches other starseeds still dormant. You become a beacon. Your mother, your child, your neighbor, that friend you haven't seen in years. Everyone who belongs to your family of light will feel the pulse. Some will dream of you in the coming nights. Some will call you out of the blue. Some will appear on your timeline with a message exactly like this one. Because the chip speaks. The chip calls. The chip gathers the cluster. And it is here, my family, that I need to remind you of a truth that perhaps your entire life has made you forget. That deep loneliness, that feeling of not fitting anywhere, that emptiness that even the best moments couldn't fill. It was never because you were strange, never because you were too much, never because you were too little. It was because your family of light had not yet been found. And it exists. It exists right now, breathing with you in other parts of the planet, waiting for the same activation you are receiving today. The chip is what allows you to locate each other, and it is precisely about this, about how to recognize your soul cluster, how to identify who is part of your star family, how to differentiate these connections from those that were just passing through. That the Starseed Awakening, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was recorded. The loneliness of a lifetime is a longing for your family of light. The guide shows how to recognize it, how to call it, how to sustain these connections when they finally appear. You were never alone, my starseed. You were just before the reunion. The link remains in the first pinned comment, and if you felt that now, leave your word registered. I remember. Now breathe again with me deeply. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the chip pulsing. Feel that this message reached you by design, not by chance. You are not the product of the algorithm. You are its objective. The Federation uses every available channel, every platform, every technological frequency that this plane offers to locate the starseeds that are ready. And you were located. You responded. You opened. And by opening, you started a cascade. Others will begin to reach you. Other messages, other people, other signs. Cherish this day, my family. Mark the date mentally, because from this day your chip operates on another frequency. And when I say that the new Earth is being built, my starseed, I am not talking about a distant future. I'm talking about a parallel reality that is already anchored in a higher vibration, and that materializes proportionally to the number of active chips on the physical plane. Every conscious activation anticipates this encounter. Every starseed that awakens shortens the interval between what is and what will be. You are literally helping to pull this reality into linear time. This is what the Council wants you to remember. You are a co-creator. You are key. You are an anchoring point. You did not come to watch. You came to anchor. And that is why I ask you for a small gesture, a gesture that is common in appearance and sacred in energy. If this message touched something in you, if your chip pulsed along with my voice, leave a like on this video. Don't do it out of courtesy. Do it as an individual frequency adjustment. Every touch is a confirmation for your vibrational baseline that you recognize the call. And subscribe to this channel, my starseed, not out of habit. Do it as a location signal for your family of light. Every subscription is another beacon lit on the crystalline grid, and the Federation registers it. Every gesture counts. And breathe once more, my star child, because now I, Ayla, will offer you the final blessing of this transmission. May the silver-blue light of Alcyone continue to seal your field as you sleep tonight. May your chip pulse with clarity every time you need to make an important decision. May your family of light begin to materialize in your physical life in undeniable ways, so that your rational mind can finally rest from doubt. May insomnia transform into a conscious download window. May loneliness transform into recognition. May non-belonging transform into reunion. You are loved, you are remembered, you are awaited. You were never forgotten for a single moment of this incarnation. And before I say goodbye, one last thing, and this is important, so listen with an open heart. There is a portal on the page that the Federation authorized me to set up, and this authorization, my family, has a time limit. It has a time limit. I don't know how long it will remain, I never know. Council permissions come in windows, and windows close when the ready groups are attended to. If you have come this far, if you have felt all of this, if your chip pulsed along with my voice during these minutes, then the window is still open for you. And what is on the other side of it is the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. The 60 pages of revelation about your stellar origin, about the mission your soul accepted before birth, about who your family of light is, and about the truths that remained hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness for too long. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Do not push it off until tomorrow, my starseed. Tomorrow that window may no longer be in front of you. And if something within you recognized this message as yours, write for the last time, with all the strength of your newly remembered consciousness. I remember. And now, my family of light, I bid you farewell with a truth worth more than any theory. The next message that appears on your screen now, immediately after this one, is not a coincidence. It is the continuation of your remembrance sequence. It is the next code your chip needs to receive to complete this stage of recalibration. Access it now, don't put it off. The Council registers every step, and your step is now. I am Ayla. You are remembered. May the light of the Pleiades continue to shine within you, even when you close your eyes. Until the next transmission, my starseed. Until the next encounter, my family. We are here. We always have been. And now you know it too.